Unless you make only instrumental music with your computer, you're going to need at least one microphone in your studio. If you want to make really good sounding records, you probably need several mics. Very high quality mics have become available for a fraction of what they used to cost, so it's easy to get good ones for your studio. But it's important to know how mics are designed and why certain types are best for certain jobs. In this part of the series, we're going to look at how mics work and then look at specific mic types and why they get chosen to record particular voices or instruments. Mics transform sound energy into electrical energy, which makes them transducers. The transducer component of a microphone is called its element or capsule. Sound is first converted to mechanical motion by means of a diaphragm, which reacts to air pressure, and those vibrations are then converted into an electrical signal. A complete microphone consists of a housing, a connection to external devices, and often an electronic circuit to adapt the output of the capsule to the equipment that's being driven. A wireless microphone also contains a radio transmitter. Recording mics come in two main designs, dynamic and condenser. Within these two categories, there are unique designs that perform very well and are popular for specific uses. Dynamic microphones are the most common type of microphone, and they're reasonably affordable. They require no electrical power to operate as the condensers do. Most dynamic mics can be handheld, whereas condensers are most often set up on stationary mic stands. If you own a mic that you use for vocals in your band, it's probably a dynamic microphone. Condenser microphones are more sensitive than dynamic microphones and so are often used to record sound sources that are further away and less explosive than, say, drums. Dynamic and condenser mics use different methods to transform sound waves into electrical energy. In both designs, the energy is created by the vibrations of a small membrane called a diaphragm. The diaphragm is located just under the screen on the surface of the mic and can vary in size and thickness. Any microphone with a diaphragm that's 3/4 of an inch or larger is considered to be a large diaphragm microphone. Condenser mics especially are classified as either large diaphragm or small diaphragm condensers. A condenser microphone requires a power source, usually in the form of phantom power. This is a power source that's often supplied to the microphone by the preamp or the mixer. It travels from the preamp to the microphone via the mic cable and one of the pins in the XLR connector that's plugged into the microphone. Dynamic microphones require no such power supply, but there's a trade-off in detail. Most affordable large diaphragm condenser mics use transistors or FETs to boost the weak electrical signal generated by the condenser. But some condensers use the classic vacuum tube with a separate power supply for this purpose. Higher quality tube or valve mics are very popular among professional engineers. XLR cable is most often used to connect a professional microphone and a preamp. Its connectors have 3 conductors. The female end fits into the 3-pin connection of your microphone, while the male end connects to an XLR input connector on your mixer, standalone mic preamp, or audio interface. These balanced cables, which have an extra ground wire and internal shielding material, are less likely to pick up interference or lose signal over long distances. This is a typical vocal setup. I've got a side address condenser microphone with a cardioid pattern, so I'm getting all of the voice but none of the room behind it. I've got it placed with a pop filter in front of it. This keeps my air volume from rupturing the capsule or hitting the capsule too hard and avoiding the proximity effect. So if I say a P or a B, that air is stopped by this nylon screen and it doesn't hit the capsule, but the sound of my voice still comes through. Now I've got my headphones nearby with the volume box down here. The artist can control their own volume, and you want to place the mic stand and music stand so that the singer is in a good position to record but can still see the lyrics. This is actually a modern tube condenser microphone. There's a tiny tube inside here which gives it a little bit of a vintage sound. And the way I have the microphone stand positioned so that the artist can get in nice and close without anything obstructive in the way. Now let's look at some more specifics about microphone types and the ways they work in your recording.